PokeMoshPit. It's been a while, but I'm back for you even though you don't want me. Anyways, hey, PokeMoshPit, what's up? Wilechase here again, bringing you a really fun but long battle I had against nojnp. So, yeah, it was really long but really fun, so I guess we'll just get right into it, like we always do. So anyways, I'm going to lead off with my normal Scarf Rotom lead. It's what I always do. He's going to lead off with his Deoxys speed. I know he's just want to lay up rocks, but I figure let's cripple it with the trick. Even though I'll get a Focus Sash, I can trick it onto something later and it won't be that big of a threat anyways, since he has a Choice Scarf, and then I can remove something else's item. So I know he'd want to switch out, so I go for the Volt Switch. Even if he didn't and he wanted to stay in the layup spikes, you know, I still got the advantage there. Brings in Latias. I thought he might be bulky, so I brought in Victini, but turns out he's actually Scarfed, so I kind of wasted my Victini there because now it'll die from another Rock Switching, but it will provide some decent fodder, but it does put me at an early disadvantage. So I decided to go to Rotom here, and since he is locked into Surf, however, I know he's going to want to switch out, so I figure I can give something the Focus Sash. He decides to go to his own Rotom, I guess thinking I'd want to go for HP Ice or something. So now he has a Focus Sash Rotom instead of me, and he can't trick it away because he had leftover, so he's obviously not going to have Trick, unless he's really that weird. So going to Victini as Death Water, just to see what he was going to go for after a Volt Switch. And he went for his own Volt Switch, so I'm like, alright, he's probably not going to want to go for the Will-O-Wisp or the HP Fire, and even if I did, I know Ferrothorn can take it, so I'm just going to go out to Ferrothorn, just so I can get my rocks up. He's going to go out to his Deoxys, and I'm assuming he'll have Superpower, but at the same time, I know it won't do all that much. So I'm figuring, alright, he'll go for Superpower. I might as well take advantage of him being locked into it and get a free Leech Seed off, and then bait him into thinking that I'm going to want to go for the Gyro Ball or the Power Whip, which, luckily I do hit my Leech Seed. He goes for Superpower, does about half, and now he won't want to stay in for another, especially since he has Leech Seed damage going. He really won't want to stay in, so he's going to switch out and go out to his Gliscor, who can easily take a Gyro Ball or a Power Whip. But I decided to Leech Seed again, knowing that he would want to do that switch. So that is pretty nice, because now my Ferrothorn's getting a sizable amount of HP back. And, you know, you can't ever complain for getting HP back. I know people could complain about Ferrothorn being in, but I couldn't. So anyways, he's going to go out to Latias. Just went for Power Whip in case Gliscor wanted to stay in, because I don't really fear Latias as much as I could, but, you know, whatever. So I decided to leave in Ferrothorn kind of as trick fodder. Plus, I thought he might want to predict the switch, knowing that I know he's Scarfed, so he just goes right for the Draco, and I easily take that, take him out with the Gyro Ball, so that's pretty cool. So Latias is out of the way, it's fastest thing, well, second fastest thing I should say, is out of the way, so, you know, that's always good. So he brings in a Hitmontop, don't really want to stay in, even though I know I could possibly take a close combat, especially since he doesn't the Life Orb, as you see here. But I decided to just make the safe choice, go to Reuniclus, because this is my 252 HP, 252 defense, bold Reuniclus, and with all that Calm Mind stuff. So I go for Calm Mind, kind of forgetting about Scizor, but at the same time, I know I can take one hit from it and then hit something with a Focus Blast. I see the leftover, so I'm thinking, alright, this might actually work out well, so I might as well just stay in, see what he wants to go for, hit him with a Focus Blast maybe, but he actually still carries the U-turn even though he has a leftover, so that's kind of weird. So he's going to go to Rotom here, knowing I'm probably going to want to go for the Focus Blast, not wanting to sack anything else just yet. And I will easily take down that Rotom. I kind of wish the Focus Blast missed there, because then I could have Calm-Minded and recovered more, but unfortunately I can't. So he's going to go into Scizor here. I know he's going to want to go for another U-turn, so I am going to go out to Ferrothorn to rack up some Iron Barbs damage, because otherwise this Scizor will be kind of annoying. I mean, I know I can deal with it since I do have a Magnezone on the team, but it'll just be annoying in the long run. Plus I have Rotom with HP Fire, so... But it'll just be annoying. So he brings in Hitmontop, and after he U-turns, just to kind of scare me out, and he hoped it would be enough to scare me out, so I would go out to my Reuniclus. So he brings in a Scizor, but I kind of knew in the back of my head he was going to do that because of how much of a threat Reuniclus poses to him once his Scizor is gone. So I go right for the Leech Seed. And that is awesome because I get more damage on it, and the more the merrier. So I get a nice chunk of HP back, and he's forced to go for another U-turn, rack up more Iron Barb damage, and then come in on more Stealth Rock damage. So I'm just racking up damage on that Scizor, just die soon. So that's gonna be pretty nice. Go for another Leech Seed, knowing he's gonna want to switch out again. Goes out to Hitmontop, and that just gives me more recovery. But the problem is now I don't want to go back into Reuniclus because I don't know if I can really take a couple of close combats. Plus, I really don't want to risk a crit because like I said, Reuniclus does pose a threat to his team, so I want to keep it alive as long as possible. So going to Dragonite, knowing I can take a close combat fairly well, even though my multi-scale will be broken by the Stealth Rocks. But he gets a crit on the close combat, but I will get a little bit of HP back thanks to the Leech Seed and leftovers that I have. So right now, the perfect opportunity to just go for the Roost. He does bring in Deoxys, so that does kind of make me think he has the Ice Beam, which I think is either what he wants me to think or he actually has it. So I get Roost. I don't have enough for multi-scale, so I don't really feel safe staying in, so I decided to go to my Magnezone, but he actually predicts that, goes up to his Gliscor, which is pretty good, because most Gliscors have enough speed to outspeed, like, max speed Magnezone, barring a Scarf, so he's easily going to have the advantage here. Don't want to stay in. Going to go into Rotom, because I can take any hit, and it's just the safest option. I know he's not going to want to Toxic a Magnezone in case I go for the HP Ice right there, so Rotom was the safest switch. He wasn't going to overpredict at that point, especially with how much Magnezone could do, because I could kill Scizor, could kill the Deoxys, and if he overpredicts wrong, I could kill the Gliscor. Well, I mean, I could kill anything, so it's like, yeah. So he decides to go into his Deoxys speed as fodder, since it's a Choice Scarf Deoxys. How much is it really going to do? So now he's able to bring in his Hitmontop. Just going to go for Fake Out, and now right here, I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, knowing I can take a Mach Punch, plus I don't want to take a close combat, so I'm like, alright, well, Volt Switch, see if he might want to switch. If he doesn't, I know he's going to go for the close combat, since he didn't go for priority, so Dragonite's the best option, because I can take that fairly decently, and just roost off all the damage so I can get my multi-scale back, which is exactly what happens, because I get to a point where I can just go for the roost next turn, and I will have my multi-scale in case, you know, more or less to scout with, because let's say he has Stone Edge randomly or something, but whatever the case, he goes for close combat, and after multi-scale it really doesn't do anything, so that's pretty nice. So here he's at -2, figure it's the best opportunity to just go for that Dragon Claw, and even if he goes into Scizor, I can hit him with a Brick Break since I am faster, and all he can do is Bullet Punch, which won't be able to take me out. So he's just going to go into Gliscor to take the hit, and I do get a critical hit. In the long run, he'll recover most of it back, and so it didn't really matter, but it was still kind of annoying at the point. So I hit him with another Dragon Claw to try and bring him down, because it looked like it would be about a 2 KO from that range, but then I see the Toxic Orb recovery, so I'm like, I think it'd just be better if I roosted up and get as much HP back as possible. He's just going to keep going for Ice Fang, because Dragonite is really annoying for his team right now. So I forget if I roost here again or not. No, I just go right up to Rotom, because I know he's going to want to keep Ice Fanging. I want to get this thing dead as quick as possible. He has nothing to truly take a Hydro Pump, because otherwise everything will be severely damaged, and he'll really just be in a really bad situation. So he decides to Protect here just to stall me out a little bit, get a little bit of extra recovery, you know, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, there's really not much else to say there. So he's going to go into Scizor, because that's the most useless thing he has right now. I mean, the game is kind of over now that I've Rotom in at this position, so he really had to just sack something there. So he's going to go and Hitmontop, since it's really the only thing he has that can kill Rotom. I'm going to go into Magnezone here as fodder, just so that I can get a free switch into either my Dragonite or my Reuniclus. And I'm figuring that I think I go into Dragonite. Yep, Dragonite, just because, again, I want to get Reuniclus into a more stable situation, plus maybe wither down the Gliscor a little bit. So I just go right for Dragon Claw, because also the fact that I, again, don't know Hitmontop's full set. I don't want to risk any crits, really. So, yeah. So now I'm going to go into Ferrothorn, because I can take any hit Gliscor wants to go for, possibly get some Leech Seed going. But he actually does carry the taunt, so I won't be able to get my Leech Seed off, but I will be able to at least fire off a Power Whip next turn, so I can do a little bit of damage and then wither him down a little bit more. But he's going to go to Hitmontop to take that Power Whip, which it actually kind of barely does, so that's kind of unfortunate. So now I'm just deciding, you know what, let's just go into Reuniclus. I have Dragonite still to kill off this Hitmontop if I need to, and I can, you know, sack some other shit if I really have to. So he goes for close combat. I probably should have run Reuniclus sooner, but, you know, I was being safe like that. So now he's going to go for Sucker Punch, just hoping that I might go for Psychic instead of the Recover. But I just go straight for Recover, because it's really the safest option right now. And it's like, I can kill both of his guys with Reuniclus, so I'd rather it be at as high as health as possible instead of really, really low. So I'm just going to go for Psychic just to finish off the Hitmontop, but he actually goes into Gliscor, hoping he can take a Psychic, or maybe hoping I go for another move. But I'm just going to take out Gliscor, and then all he has left is Hitmontop. I can easily live a Sucker Punch. Even a crit I would have lived, so now I'm just going to take him out with Psychic, and that will be the match. So that was a good game, nojnp. A lot of switching, a lot of being careful, but it was still a really fun match. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the match. I know it was a little bit on the long side, but it was still a really fun match. So, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like. You know, all the stuff that makes you guys awesome. Check out our channels. I don't actually remember if he has a channel or not, but if he does, check it out. Link will be in the description, as well to mine. You know, all that awesome stuff. So leave a like, etc, etc, etc. Sub to MoshPit. You know the drill. Just do all the stuff that makes you guys awesome. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.